Hello everyone, welcome to We Love Soaps TV. I'm Roger Newcomb.
And I'm Damon Jacobs, the author of Absolutely Shoulдлess, and...
I'm Evan Alex Cole from As the World Turns.
We're here with Evan Alex Cole today. Alex, how are you doing?
Doing very well, Roger. How you doing?
I'm great.
Great.
So you've been on As the World Turns as Hunter for about 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
How are you liking it? How's it going?
It's the most phenomenal thing I've ever been a part of in my life. Seriously, came out of school a year ago, and I'm just thankful to have the time.
Wow. What have you... So far, it's been 6 months on the show. What have you enjoyed the most so far about Hunter's story?
Well, there's a lot of new stuff that's coming up about Hunter recently. Stuff that has kind of evolved from conversations with producers, new talents that Hunter might have.
That sounds interesting.
Just some more facets that make him a different than what he was in the first storyline, but the same person. And that's, I guess, what's ultimately pretty cool about playing the same character for a long period of time, is that you can get those facets of different things. So I'm really enjoying the new stuff.
Great. Now Hunter came on. He was a little bit of an oddball, really. He's kind of clumsy.
Yeah, clumsy, dorky, very, yeah.
Not your typical stereotypical soap opera type person.
Right, exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about being given a character like that?
I mean, truthfully, it was, I think, the best thing that could have ever happened for me, and because if you come in and it's not really clear, and it's kind of, which sometimes it could go 2 ways or 3 ways or whatever, but with Hunter there was a very specific type of person there, and once I kind of hit on that, I think it allowed me to really hone in and focus and not do generalized stuff, which I think can be kind of the death of what we're trying to do.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, in your acting is always best to be specific, and if the writers are giving it to you, then it makes your job a whole lot easier.
And in this case, do you feel like the writers were pretty solid about who Hunter is and what direction he's going in?
I felt like from the beginning they had a pretty solid idea, and then once I kind of came into the mix, I noticed they kind of began to change with me, and the type of voice that they were kind of developing for the character was what I saw the character to be. So even though, I mean, we never really see the writers or talk to them or anything, I mean, I've had a couple conversations, which has been great, but like that sort of evolution that's happening in 2 different places, but all towards the same goal, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Now, there have been some revelations about who Hunter really is since he first came on the canvas. He's a little unusual. His connection to Emily, to Allison, to the Stewart family was a little surprising. How did that tell us exactly who Hunter is, for those who aren't aware?
Okay, so Hunter is Emily's son and Allison's brother, and Emily's son with Larry's fertilization of her eggs that she had donated in the past that were discovered by Larry and used to fertilize another woman, Aurora Hunter, who then had me, and I somehow ended up in the mix with my unknown mother and unknown sister, and then it was revealed. And
before this was revealed, Hunter had some action with both.
Yep.
Who turned out to be his mother, Emily, and Allison.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I told this story before, but I didn't know for a while that was how the storyline was going to play out. So
when you started, you didn't know that's
right,
where it was going.
So when I kissed Emily in that scene in her office, it was just kind of like a in the moment sort of thing that Hunter just kind of grabs the opportunity to kiss a pretty good looking woman, But when it was kind of more coming to a head, and Allison and Hunter were getting a little bit more involved, and Hunter was pursuing her pretty intensely, it was gross because I knew. I mean, what else can I say? I mean,
with Emily, she seduced every young assistant that she's ever had, so it was just normal. It wasn't really suspicious. But yeah, by the time the Allison thing, I think everybody knew that was coming, and it was kind of. But siblings kissing on soaps really isn't that unusual
anymore. What has been the fan reaction to you and to that story?
I mean, the fans have been, I don't know, incredible, really. I received so many letters and emails and the Facebook messages and everything about just the support is huge, you know. And I mean, what I've always tried to impress on people is just like everybody else, you know, I worked a full-time overtime job up until 5 months ago, I worked for a computer corporation, computer company.
Typecasting.
Something.
Right, yeah. I don't. Which I miss, and I miss my friends there, and I go back and see them pretty often. But I'm thankful to everyone who's been as supportive as they have, because it shows a really generous spirit, and I really do appreciate that.
Well, you met the fans before you even aired, right? You attended the As the World Turns fan club luncheon. And then you went, I saw you at Newcomb, the after party, and you were surrounded by fans, and people liked you before they'd even seen you on the show.
I mean, I guess it could have. I mean, it could have been awful. I could have come and tried to tell people what I was doing, and people would have been like, "No, that's, you know," or not include me. I think that was what was really awesome about the whole thing, is that there was this like, "You're not on the show. We don't care. Come on, we'll include you. You're not on the show yet." So I just kind of looked at that as like an opportunity to really reach out before folks got to see me on camera. Folks could see me in real life and know that, you know, it was kind of like a grassroots campaign for my character on As the World Turns. And like, once again, at that point, the producers had let me know, you know, this was going to be a 2 to 3 month recurring, and then it was going to end pretty much. So when it didn't end and they said let's continue, I really only attribute that to the fact that people, their support.
That's wonderful. I mean, it's wonderful that a lot of fans often feel like they don't have a voice and that they don't have a say in any part of what's going on. But your experience is that the fan support really led to Hunter's role being expanded.
Directly related to me currently having a job on it As the World Turns.
That's good to know. That's really important. You also seem very comfortable using media, using the internet, using media to reach out to fans and to connect with fans.
Yeah, why not? Right? I mean, it's there, and sometimes it's really shameless, and you have to, you know, you kind of have to be your own publicist in a way, but the internet kind of gives a nice separation to where you can actually publicize yourself and it not seem too sleazy, creepy, weird. I hope. And then, so I use, I mean, I'm on Facebook and I'm on Twitter and emails, and I mean, everything, the website and everything. I've got Jessica and Nicole and Lily, they're my web designers, and they do a phenomenal job. I just launched the new version of my site, which I'm incredibly happy about.
Which is at?
evanalexcole.com. Pretty simple.
Okay.
But that has all of my links to all the social networking and stuff and promotion that I do personally and that we try to do for the show as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. What has the mood been like on the set lately? How are things going?
They were filming in South Carolina last week, so I wasn't on last week. But the week before, I did like 8 or 9 scenes first thing in the morning. And when you film in the morning, it's pretty crazy, you know, because you're going pretty much a whole story arc for one episode, all happening back to back to back to back to back. So, and they were all with Alex Chando, who is phenomenal, and we've got this whole like romantic comedy sort of thing going on, which is cool. But I feel like things on the set are focused, and everyone's. I know everyone's excited about doing the location stuff on the Never Surrender tour, which is really, really cool, and I think they're getting the right kind of publicity for that. So I think focused and, you know, doing good work as always.
The Never Surrender tour?
Yeah.
Is
what?
Tell us what that is for those who may not know.
It's maybe you can clarify for me. I know that they're touring 3 or 4 cities, and I know that it involves Carly and Jack.
So maybe you can clarify more of what this.
Right. So in the storyline, Jack just accidentally killed his brother, Brad. He kind of shot into the dark, and shooting at like this mobster thug, he actually shot Brad instead, and now Brad is dead. He feels really guilty. Katie has a baby with no father, and his brother's dead. So Jack kind of goes on this Never Surrender tour to kind of find himself, self-rediscovery. And I was actually part of that.
You were?
I went on location.
Tell us, Roger.
I went on location with the show last week in Greenville, South Carolina. I mistakenly thought it was going to be warm and sunny, but it wasn't.
They mistakenly thought it was going to be warm and sunny too.
And some days were good. And I was supposed to be at like a racetrack all day, but things got shuffled around. So I actually did several indoor and outdoor locations in one day. They switched days around, but have some footage of that so you can watch it right now.
Awesome.
Hi, this is Roger Newcomb reporting to you live from Greenville, South Carolina, on location with As the World Turns. As you can see behind me, Michael Park and Mark Collier are taping a scene, or hopefully you can see it. We'll be bringing you coverage throughout this. Okay, I'm here with Mark Collier, who is back as Mike Kasnoff on As the World Turns, and we're here in Greenville, South Carolina.
It's been great. I haven't been back to South in a long time.
Now, is this kind of a random thing, or is Mike living in Greenville, South Carolina?
Mike is living in Greenville now. I don't know how much I can say about that, but he's living in Greenville, and you'll find out a little bit about why he's there and what's going on.
Okay, and we'll find out what Mike's been doing the last couple of years.
Correct. You'll have a little better idea of what he's gone into and what's going on with his business and his personal life. So it's a good mix of both.
Awesome. And what has Mark Collier been doing the last couple of years?
I have been living in LA, and ever since I left As the World Turns, I was pursuing other things, and that's been going well. So I enjoy LA. I love being out there, and it's been good.
Is this the first time you've seen Michael Park and More West in a while?
It is. I haven't seen them since my last day on the show. So it was really good seeing with them. I was very excited I was going to be working with them. So we had a good time.
Is it kind of interesting to see them in South Carolina versus New York?
Yeah, well, because a lot of those guys had shot things outdoors before, and I hadn't with As the World Turns. So it was definitely very unique to see everybody outside the studio. But it's fun. I like it.
How is this different than you remember in terms of shooting? It seems like it's very fast. But
yeah, it's about the same to me. I mean, it's quick. Everyone's got to have your lines down. There's a little bit quicker pace here, obviously, because we're dealing with some weather and timing, but about the same, pretty much.
Okay, awesome. So I think this is going to air in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I believe it airs sometime in mid-November. Right. So right around there.
So any chance Mike would ever return for longer?
I don't know. We'll see.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Go for it.
All right, I'm here with Michael Park. We're running into each other a lot lately in strange places. Martha Burns' living room, Greenville, South Carolina.
I'm just happy that I'm not only in the inaugural show, I'm going to be on the second episode as well. Now, is this going to be the second episode?
Oh, wow. Yeah, absolutely.
Bingo, bongo.
Oh, you're also on We Love Soaps.
I'm like the star of We Love Soaps.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, our next episode, Alex Cole is co-hosting with us.
Oh, great.
So we're going to put him up to the test on the street, and we'll see how it works out.
Yeah.
So we're here in Greenville. We're on the Never Surrender tour. I thought this had something to do with Corey Hart and you singing classic 80s songs.
I wear my sunglasses at night style thing.
Yeah.
No, this is about Jack trying to make things right for the accident with Brad. Basically, trying to make things right with Katie and their new baby and stuff like that. So that's why he's out trying to find himself and trying to find a way to make things okay for Katie.
Right. So,
and in doing so, he meets up with Mike Kasnoff, and he starts with Peter Peros in Philadelphia.
Right.
Goes and meets up with Ben Harris. You're going to be happy that Ben Harris is back. Meets up with Ben. Ben then tells him where Mike Kasnoff may be. Hooks up with Mike Kasnoff. Mike Kasnoff, he finds out, is cannot help in this dilemma, and Mike then points him towards Simon Fraser, Paul Layden, who is coming back as well.
Wow, cool. So you were in Philly. You're in Greenville. Now you're going to Pittsburgh.
Going to Pittsburgh to look for Simon Fraser. Yes.
Wow, exciting.
The thief.
And at the end of this journey, Jack is going to rediscover himself somehow. And
I guess, yeah. And in doing so, the relationships that he's had in the past, maybe some will be torn apart in ways, and some will be mended. And I don't know exactly where the chips are going to fall. In regard to the Jack and Carly and Jack and Janet, I really don't know what's going to happen. But they're.
Do you have a preference?
I can't. You asked me this last time, didn't you? Ask me? I'll always get in trouble answering that question. I don't think
it's great to see Maura West back here because
she looks fantastic.
She looks better than I've ever seen her.
After 5 children,
she's getting better.
She's amazing.
Cool. So thank you so much. Appreciate your time. I know I just have one kind of fluffy question here.
You're gonna have to start paying me for these episodes.
Did you try the cake? Like, what was your favorite cake?
I didn't try the sweet potato cake, and I didn't try the chocolate yet. But I got some samples for Maura because she's not here right now. But the coconut cake is ridiculous. The people in the South and what they can do with sugar and butter is amazing, and peanuts.
I'm from the South, and I still eat that way.
Look at you. But it's the most amazing. It's the most amazing thing in the world. It really is. This place is. We got lucky with this place.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you, and never surrender.
I won't.
Okay, those were my interviews with Michael Park and Mark Collier. And I'll have a little bit more of those coming soon on our website.
I'm so looking forward to that. I mean, this story is just really, really ripping my heart out. This is a great story, and I mean, it's great because it's sad, but I'm glad to see that they're really doing a lot with that.
Yeah, I really like the footage that I saw of them shoot, and Maura West is back this week, and she looks better than ever. She just keeps looking better. But Alex, you're from Atlanta or Georgia, Marietta?
A suburb north of Atlanta, yeah.
Right. And Greenville's not that far away. Have you ever been to Greenville?
Yeah, my sister has some family up there, so I've been back and forth. So, I mean, I wouldn't say I know the city very well, but yeah.
Cool. Now, I have to ask you a question. This is just an indulgent question, but do people from the South really eat at Cracker Barrel? Cracker Barrel?
I have eaten at Cracker Barrel more than once.
Okay. No, I have to ask because I'm from the West Coast, but I think Cracker Barrel is amazing. But I didn't know if anyone from the South actually ate there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
In
fact, if there was a Cracker Barrel in New York, I'd probably go.
Oh, my God, me too. I would see you there.
There's actually a Cracker Barrel.
Also a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. There's a Cracker Barrel about an hour north of the city, and I actually was just there last week.
Oh, my God. Okay, we're doing a show from Cracker Barrel. That's all there is to it.
So you mentioned Alex Chando before, and it's kind of interesting. Your love interest has kind of the same name, or potential love interest. Is there maybe a love story with Alex? I mean, with Hunter and Maddie coming up, or because I loved the first scene where they kind of met each other and they were like they bonded over their phones or whatever it was. That was really cute.
I mean, I guess what I'll say is that she's got a lot of stuff to work out with Casey first, and they've got a lot of storyline and things to resolve from when she was on the show before. But I know at the moment Hunter would like there to be, and takes several actions to, maybe be more aggressive than he has been in the past. And I say aggressive very kind of loosely because it's Hunter. So, but yeah, I think that's definitely something that Hunter is trying. There's like a void kind of in his life, so maybe that connection with Maddie is something that will help complete that,
But with Hunter's luck, she will probably also be his sister.
Right. Yeah.
Because who knows how many eggs Larry has been running around.
There's just no telling.
You mentioned romantic comedy before, and I always thought Alex Chando would be the next Meg Ryan, who started on As the World Turns, and then did a number of romantic comedy films and became hugely successful. Alex Chando kind of has that sense of humor and comedic timing, and do we see like humorous scenes between the two of you? And
yeah, that's really what we've been working toward is that the awkward energy, I guess, from Hunter and the unsure energy from Maddie, what that really forms when you put them in private, intimate situations. So there has been a lot of that back and forth, and the writers, they made it pretty clear that that's how it wants to play, and hopefully we can bring that to life.
Now, what part of you do you identify with Hunter, or is Hunter more like somebody you know in your life?
No, I mean, the more I play Hunter, I think the more that I can identify with this character. But I think the saying things before you actually are sure of them or before you know that they should be said maybe might be my problem, because I guess but as we were talking about before, there is no should or shouldn't for him. He kind of just throws it out there and then has to deal with the consequences. So I tend to do that in real life, and sometimes it gets me into trouble, and then sometimes it works out. So maybe that's one aspect. The other side is, the gadgetry in Hunter's life and his fascination with that and his ability to learn about it in that quick of a way. I don't know. That's kind of a dork myself. So I like that stuff too.
And in that way, I think Hunter is a little bit more, despite all the crazy stuff with his family heritage and his connections, his personality seems really reality-based to me, and that's one of the things I've appreciated about him.
Thank you.
But, this whole idea of reality is also becoming so kind of subjective and so out there. As a matter of fact, recently Roger and I went to Central Park to find out if people could tell the difference between reality and soap. Check this out. Oh, Roger, here we are. It's fall. We're in Central Park. And you know what that means.
It's the fall TV season.
Right, and not only is it the fall TV season, but this is often the time of the year, too, that we can look back at the past year's soaps and take a look at the trends and which shows went up and which shows went down in the ratings.
Right. And surprisingly, Days of Our Lives is the one show that really gained a significant number of viewers, over 500,000 viewers from last year to this year.
Right. Now, we've speculated for a lot of reasons why that could have been happening. But I think it's fair to say that certainly over the last year, the plots have been more literally grounded down to earth. Whereas in the past, a lot of the plots have been kind of out there.
Well, they've been out there, but really no more different or no more out there than real life plots or real life headlines.
Right. Well, certainly I think in this past year, a lot of real life headlines have been a lot stranger and weirder than Days of Our Lives headlines. As a matter of fact, I will bet you that if we asked people around here, most people would not be able to differentiate between what the real life headlines were and what the Days of Our Lives headlines from the past were.
I don't know. I mean, there's some pretty crazy things in real life, but Days of Our Lives has really been out there. I don't know if real life could compete with that.
Well, I think real life has, and I think if we ask some people, we'll find out that it's very hard to tell the difference between Days and reality. So let's play my favorite game. Is it real or is it Days?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Madam of a successful call girl ring blackmails a social worker into turning tricks for her.
That's real life.
That was Days of Our Lives. Damn it! Okay, so a woman revved up on illegal Chinese herbs buries her nephew's ex-girlfriend alive. Real or Days?
Days of Our Lives.
That was Days of Our Lives. Great. Mother shocked at twins with 2 different fathers.
Real?
Both. A woman steals from a company and then gets plastic surgery to cover up her crime.
That's real.
That is real.
Yes.
A psychiatrist claiming to be possessed by the devil burns down a local church.
Real life.
Real life.
That's Days of Our Lives.
Is it?
Surrogate mother is allowed to raise her daughter she gives birth to after the adopted mother dies in a car crash.
Real?
That's Days of Our Lives.
Okay.
A psychiatrist claiming to be possessed by the devil tries to burn down a church.
Real.
Days of Our Lives.
I need to start watching the show now.
A man who steals money for a penis enlargement is sentenced to prison.
Ooh, maybe that's real?
That's real.
Yeah.
How about a man goes to prison for stealing money that he needed to get for a penis enlargement?
Well, if you believe the internet, that's real life.
It is real life. Woman goes undercover as a man to spy on her friends and family.
Real life.
That's Days of Our Lives.
Really? I bet that's happened in real life.
I bet so. College sorority members who murder man who date raped several of their sorority sisters.
Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives. Very. Una psychiatrista se dice she's possessed by the devil, burns down a church. Real or Days of Our Lives?
No. Maybe a telenovela, no sé.
Sí, toda la novela, Days of Our Lives. Sí, es verdad. A woman steals from a company then gets plastic surgery to cover up her crime.
A soap opera.
That's real life. Man serves time in prison for stealing money that he took for a penis enlargement.
That's definitely real life.
That's definitely real life. That's
For sure.
definitely, you got it.
I don't know a lot of penis enlargements on soap operas.
Man picking his teeth with a pair of scissors starts laughing and swallows the scissors.
I'll go for Days of Our Lives.
That's real. Okay. Newlyweds spend wedding night in local jail after groom steals a milk truck to get to the church on time.
Days of Our Lives.
Very good. Woman who steals from her company gets plastic surgery to cover up her crime.
Days of Our Lives.
That was real.
That was real.
That one is real.
That's terrible.
A woman who's revved up on illegal Chinese herbs buries her nephew's ex-girlfriend alive. Did that really happen, or is that Days of Our Lives?
I think that's Days of Our Lives.
That's Days of Our Lives. Very, very good. Very good. A man is kidnapped, presumed dead by his family, while his memory gets stored onto a computer disk.
Ooh, that's Days of Our
That's
Lives.
Days of Our Lives.
Wasn't that John
Definitely.
Black or something?
Man steals money for penis enlargement and then gets sent to prison.
That's real.
A boy that allegedly drifted away in a balloon is found hiding in his garage.
Oh, that's real life.
That was
I heard
real
that
life.
story.
Mother's shocked when she finds out that her twins were fathered by two different men.
True. It's real life, right?
It's both.
Okay.
Mother falsely is in prison for killing the woman who kidnapped her infant.
Yeah, I would do that.
Boy that allegedly drifted away in a balloon is found hiding in a garage.
That's real.
There you go. Mother falsely in prison for killing the woman who kidnapped her infant child.
Days of Our Lives.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was. Newlyweds spend wedding night in a jail after the groom steals a milk truck to get to the church on time.
That sounds like a soap opera.
The daughter of a racist evangelist is blinded and falls in love with a black doctor.
I hope that's real life.
That was Days of Our Lives.
Damn it.
Popular senator goes on a killing spree, murdering prostitutes in order to rid his constituency of filth.
That's got to be a soap opera.
Teenager who was raped shoots her rapist in the balls.
You know, you'd think that should be real life.
Psychiatrist injects a local mobster with a paralyzing drug that keeps him in a coma and yet awake and aware of everything that's going on around him.
Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our
Days of
Lives.
Our Lives. Local brothel starts offering discounts for customers who go green.
Days.
That was real. The psychiatrist claiming to be possessed by the devil burns down a church.
Well, I don't trust psychiatrists. Real life.
Woman who steals from her company gets plastic surgery to cover up her crimes.
Real life.
Days of Our Lives.
I think it's real life.
It's real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woman who was revved up on illegal Chinese herbs tried to bury her nephew's ex-girlfriend alive. Would you think that was real or soap opera?
Real.
A popular senator goes on a murdering spree trying to rid his constituency of filth.
Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives. A woman is shocked when she finds out that her twins were fathered by two different men.
Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, Days of Our Lives.
Both.
So-
A man serves time in prison for stealing money for a penis enlargement.
Days of Our Lives.
That one is real.
This is terrible. What
This
is the
is
world
real.
coming to? This is horrible.
So as you can see, it seems like the line between reality and soap opera is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And yet some, As the World Turns usually seems to be a little more reality-based than most other shows, don't you think?
Yeah. I think Hunter, as you said, comes from a place of reality, so yeah.
Uh-huh. Aside from the fact, of course, that he, ended up kissing his mother and being interested in his sister.
But I'm from the South, so I mean, that sort of thing's normal.
Oh, okay, so it is reality-based.
I'm kidding. I mean,
Well, now, do you think you would be able to tell the difference between real-life headlines and As the World Turns storylines?
I won't stake my life on it, but yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, would you bet a t-shirt on it?
I'll bet you a t-shirt.
Okay, then we're going to do a t-shirt on that. Then we're going to find someone to do this. We're going to compete with you about real-life storylines and As the World Turns storylines. But I've got my money bet on you, so you're not going to let me down, right?
We'll try not to.
Okay. So coming up later in the show, we're going to work this competition.
All right, so we talked about you being from the South, but then at some point you moved out to LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you went to, I think you went to USC?
Mm-hmm.
Now my family are all Bruins, so I think we have to
No one's perfect. It's okay.
Okay. Oh!
And you also, you did Joan of Arcadia, right? You did that out in LA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I worked on
Now,
that show. Yeah.
that was, I love that show when that was on. Amber Tamlin is a wonderful actress, and so you played the third episode.
Mm-hmm.
The star football player.
Right. Wrestler, I think it might have been.
Was he a wrestler? Oh, okay.
Yeah, wrestler, football
It's
player.
Arcadia, they have wrestlers.
Probably did. It was like, multi-seasonal athlete.
You played the jock.
Right, exactly.
How was that for you to play the jock, the popular jock of this school?
Oh, well, I mean, man, I was exactly the opposite of the popular jock in high school. So it was good. It was like getting my due.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was a wonderful experience. It was my first, pretty much my first professional job. So being on the set, it was shot single camera, so a little different from what we're doing on the soap, of course. But to get to work with that whole crew and set and cast was pretty cool.
Yeah. Good. Did you like living in Southern California?
I love Los Angeles. I've got a lot of great friends there. The reason that I left were to kind of pursue some things that I needed to do personally, not because of the actual place. So I mean, I look forward to going back, and I try to get out there a couple times a year. So
great. Are you a beach person? Do you like the beach?
Who's not? Right?
I'm from there, and I'm actually not a huge beach person.
Well, I'll tell you, I grew up in the South, like you said,
Yeah.
and we would vacation in Florida on the Gulf. So that's kind of what my perception of beach is. And the sand's very white, and the ocean is not as brown. I don't know. It's clearer. So that's kind of what I think of the beach. The beaches are a little bit different out there. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah. But still, I mean, anytime you get to spend out in the sun and.
Well, the great thing about the various beaches in Southern California that I found is that every beach kind of has its own personality. Santa Monica has its own personality, Pacific Palisades, and of course, Venice has a very distinct personality. And one of the things that we're so excited about is Venice, the series, which is being produced by Crystal Chappell. Mm-hmm. And actually, our correspondent on the West Coast, Stephanie Burke, got a chance to go to the set recently and do some very interesting interviews with Crystal Chappell and many of the cast members. So we're going to play those clips right now.
Hi, I'm Stephanie from We Love Soaps. I'm here in Venice Beach interviewing the cast of Venice, the soap.
Well, it was inspired by my experience on Guiding Light and Natalia, and just getting thousands and thousands of letters every week from fans all over the world. It was just so touching and a little overwhelming, but I thought when we were canceled, I've been writing for years with my partner, Kim Turrisi, and we were working on another pilot, and we were thinking about, because I'm a little nerdy computer person, I am, and so we were going to film a scene and put it on the web and YouTube and see if we can cultivate an audience for that. Mm-hmm. But after Guiding Light was canceled, I said, why don't we create something, a web show that involves a community of people, and the lead character just happens to be gay, because there seems to be a need for this. Mm-hmm. And we have control over it. We can take it as far as we want to. We can say what we have to say. We can make our own thing. So she was like, excellent, and like within a week she came back with some great characters, and we added some story twists and turns and points to make it more dramatic, and it turned out to be a really fun thing, and now we're shooting it, which is amazing. And but here's the thing, because we had no budget, and I have to say, it was going to come out of pocket, but you can do these things relatively inexpensive. Yeah. And then Hope Royalty came on board. She's like a techno genius, and so she had that end covered. But we sort of tweeted out that, okay, we don't have a budget, but we're going to put this thing up at the end of October. Then people started sending money.
My.
Yep. And we said, no. And what they did send, we said, okay, because they didn't want it back, we donated to charity. But then, and they were offering like thousands of dollars. I got checks with my name on it for thousands of dollars. We sent that back, but then said, so we created the store on the Venice series, www.venicetheseries.com, selling merchandise, and because of the purchases the fans have made over the past few weeks, totally covers this week. And in fact, allows us to get really good upgrade on the camera, and more crew people to help us get this done more efficiently and take care of our actors. So everything that's happening right now, even those sandwiches out there, were bought by the fans. And that's the truth.
That's wonderful.
That's a really cool thing.
And it's called the V Shop, right?
It's called the V Shop. Yes. Yes.
And what kind of stuff can they buy there?
Well, we specialize in panties, boxers, t-shirts, magnets, but we're also going to put up some PJ bottoms because I need some new ones, obviously. My SpongeBob's are wearing out. Well, Michelle is Gina, played by Crystal Chappell. Michelle is Gina's assistant, her right hand, her confidant, the one who keeps her in line. They have a really good relationship. Gina's taken care of her for a while. They take care of each other. And she keeps Gina's ball rolling, keeps business going, helps to keep her life on track. Yes, I am friends with the writer, Kim Turrisi, and she told me, she's like, I'm writing a role for you in my web series, so you better be nice to me. And so I don't think I had an option of taking it or not. She basically said, you're going to do this. No, she was really nice, and she said, I've done the script. She's like, I want you to read it and let me know if you want to do it, which was really nice. And I read it, and I loved it, and I called her immediately and said, I'm so in. And she was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yeah, I couldn't imagine not saying yes, especially after reading it and loving Kim as much as I do. So.
I'm playing the character Jamie, who is a bar restaurant owner of this rooftop bar, and it's the hot spot. They always come there. They love the drinks, they love their coffees, and the food's there, and it's a fun place. I'm that guy that knows everybody's business and is always hanging around and friend to everybody. He's that guy. I like him. I am a Broadway baby. I was on Broadway in Lion King, and my first Broadway show was Serafina, which was a brilliant time for me. And but I've also was a co-star in the movie I Got the Hookup with Master P, and I was featured in the film Seven with Greg Pitt and Morgan Freeman. Yeah, fun movie. Ooh, dark, love it. And as far as getting involved with this piece, I am a gay man. And I'm married. Love my marriage thing. Yay, marriage. And my husband actually is a hairdresser on Days of Our Life. And he was doing Crystal's hair. And she mentioned about her show. And he said, well, my husband's an actor. And if you're interested, I can give you information of him. And so we sent her to my web page, my MySpace page, where she could see reels of me and my work. And she hired me.
Sammy. Well, my good friend Crystal Chappell asked me to be a part of this, and I said absolutely. And she and the writer Kim put together a great character by the name of Sammy. And Sammy is Owen's love interest. Owen is Gina's brother. Gina is played by Crystal. And it's a really beautiful pilot. It's really, what happens is that Sammy and Owen meet for the first time on a first date on a hiking path, and their aunts put them together. She is from the United States, but she did a lot of work in Africa with the Peace Corps and also worked in an AIDS vaccination center. So she's very much about healing and giving, and she comes to LA. She has moved there, lived there about a month, and meets Owen. Well, then she goes on to meet Owen's sister, who's Gina, and they immediately have some friction, Gina and Sammy, because I think that Gina finds herself threatened a bit by the closeness that Owen and Sammy have immediately. And the closeness is that, you know, Sammy likes Owen. She likes being around him, and Owen likes being around her. But it's not like a premeditated relationship. It just is. And I think this challenges Gina for a bit. And I love the idea about that. I love that. So really, you know, Sammy's here to give, not necessarily take anything. And this challenges Gina in some way. So I like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I hear there's been a cast change today. You're not playing Jessie anymore?
No. Well, it was actually Jenna, and I'm not playing that character anymore. I'm playing a character named Laura. It was kind of a curveball thrown at me just a couple hours ago, but working in soaps, I think we're all used to that, and used to learning new dialogue and moving quickly and all kinds of stuff, but it's actually kind of exciting. But I'm replacing Elizabeth Keener, who has fallen ill, and obviously we all wish her well, but she's not going to be able to make it. So, but she will be in season 2, but she will be a different character, obviously. But in a way, right now her loss is my gain, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like the stars aligned properly, and it was meant to happen. Yeah, Crystal called me this morning, was like, hey, you think you could do this? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? It'll be great. So yeah, because originally the character of Jenna was just a one-day thing that they were going to develop into something bigger in season 2, but this one is a significantly larger role, so I'll be here all week. Ladies and gentlemen.
So what can you tell us about the new role?
Well, it's completely different. This girl, Laura, she's a writer, and she's from New York, I believe. And she's a smart, confident, unapologetic woman who's comfortable in her own skin, but she's very kind at the same time, and she's successful. Well, we've always wanted to do a project together, and when the Otalia storyline was coming to an end and Guiding Light got canceled, and we didn't really feel like the fans were going to get exactly what they wanted, she was like, we should create a web series. So we did, and it's just that simple. We just sat together and sort of created the world of Venice, and created the characters, and then she started calling friends of hers, and they jumped on. So it's been terrific.
How is writing for the web different than writing your show? I mean, I assume short episodes, but what else is different?
I actually wrote it like I was writing a film, and then we just are breaking it up by scenes. It's an interesting way to write because every word counts, and there's no throwaway dialogue. So I say to myself, well, if every word was $1, what really matters? And so you really have to make the scene really work very quickly. And so far, it's looking pretty good. Annie is, she's a youngish, I like to say that, photographer, actually very successful in her career, which is nice to play. Got some things going on for her. And she's very savvy, and but she's got a big heart and has some issues in the romance department, let's just say.
Okay. Now, I know in real life you have a new baby daughter. How's that going?
Fabulous. I'm exhausted, but it's great and it's worth it. And getting a chance to actually work and be at home with the baby, and the baby's actually here with us this week. It's been fun. I don't mind doing both. It's been great.
Now, are you moving to Southern California, or are you just here to shoot Venice and you're going back east?
I'm just here for now. If, it should come up that I absolutely had to move to California, I don't think I'd mind it. It's really beautiful here. So we'll see maybe in the future.
Now, what's it like working with Crystal again? She's a driving force behind this. And I know she's very into the online world. Are you also very internet savvy?
I'm not internet savvy, but I'm working on it. And I've been opened to the whole world of, Twitter and things like that. And so now I'm doing that. I'm not very good at it, but I'm working on it. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I do it. But Crystal always, has her finger on the pulse. She knows what's going on, and I think that's why she's so successful and why this is working out so well.
How is it different shooting this web series versus shooting Guiding Light, just in terms of, maybe the pace or the way you shoot it?
Yeah, well, the pace is different. I think, any soap, the pace is completely different than any other genre. It's super, super quick in a soap. This, we take a little bit more time with. As far as technically the camera things are all different. Camera things. See how technically savvy I am? But, so that stuff is a little different. So it's a slower pace, but, working with Crystal, we have a little bit more freedom, and working so closely with the team of people that are writing and creating and producing and directing and all that stuff. Everyone knows each other and everyone's friends, and it's really, really fun.
All right, so thank you so much, Stephanie, for those great interviews. She was interviewing Crystal Chappell and Jessica Leccia on a bed. I'm sure all their fans are going crazy, but very nice. And we have a lot more. She got a lot of great interviews, so we have a lot more to play throughout the week.
Great.
So, Alex, this web soap is coming soon, around Thanksgiving. Martha Byrne, who was on As the World Turns for a long time, is doing a web soap, also Gotham. What do you think about web soaps or web series? Is that something you think you might want to do? Or
well, like I said, whatever resources that you can use to get material out there is you should be doing. So I think first off, it's a phenomenal idea. in no way is the soap industry going to resign from putting the type of work that they have been doing for years out there for people to watch and enjoy. So if it means doing things like that, why not?
Right. And again, we're so excited because I do think it opens up new vista of creativity on behalf of the writers and the actors and a lot of people who want to try new things. They have a lot more freedom to do that on the internet.
There's tons of freedom in that, and if you're breaking away from the unit set idea, you've got and the distribution, the speed at which we work, it just makes sense that you can get it out there like that, So it's I think it definitely, the style in which the soap actors and people who work in soaps are used to working lends itself directly to webisodes and web soaps. So I think it's a phenomenal idea.
It's great. That's great.
So from California, somewhere near Venice Beach maybe, you made your way to Carnegie Mellon, and then after you moved to New York, and within a year you were on As the World Turns?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I mean, a lot of actors struggle forever and they don't even get that break. So that's a pretty quick success story.
I hope I made clear how much I know that, and I'm very, very thankful for it. I guess coming out of Carnegie Mellon, there was not only the training that was so wonderful, but there was also the not placement, but the creation of opportunities to meet people who are working. And that's really what it's about, and creating some sort of forum with which to show their work. So Carnegie Mellon, just like a lot of other schools, does a showcase. I've seen a lot of showcases. I think Carnegie Mellon's is phenomenal. Might be the best out there. And they do that every year here in New York in March, and then out in Los Angeles later in May. But through that, I actually got to meet with Mary Clay Boland, and then she kind of, she brought me in for this and brought me in for that, and then finally kind of settled on the right thing. So, and also Chris Goutman went to CMU as well. So there's that connection. So
right. And Van Hansis, Tamara Tooney, a lot of As the World Turns stars have gone there. We actually were at the Emmys in LA in August, and we saw Mary Clay win for the casting Emmy this year.
That's right.
At the
That's right. That was really exciting.
So you mentioned that Hunter might have a hidden talent that gets revealed. So I want to ask you what that is, but can you tell us, is that a real hidden talent that you have, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is it a talent that's hidden for you as well that we don't know about?
No, I mean, I think people who know me know about this talent, but it's something that kind of might come out of left field for Hunter, even though once you see it, there's definitely a strong connection in his life from something in the past that might kind of bring it all together.
Wow, that's very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Okay, well, speaking about your real talent, I want to get back to this idea about you telling the difference between the real headlines and the As the World Turns.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to see, is there anyone who wants to compete against Alex in this competition? Anyone?
I think we have someone.
There he is! Hey there, what is your name, young man?
Hi, my name is Jason Atkins.
Jason Atkins! Do you want to play Real or World Turns with Evan Alex Cole over here?
I would love to, let's do it!
All right, first tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I live in New York, I live in Brooklyn, I'm a writer, and I'm an administrator in an office, and I love soaps.
That's great, what soaps do you love? What do you watch?
The ones I never miss, Young and the Restless, and occasionally I have seen As the World Turns, and The Bold and the Beautiful, and what's the other one? Oh, sometimes I end up catching scenes from All My Children.
Okay, now are you really familiar with As the World Turns? Are you going to know all these questions, or are you just sort of vaguely familiar?
Probably not, because I haven't watched it in quite a few months.
Okay, and you mentioned you're a writer. If people want to see your writing, where can they do that?
I have a blog called The J Way, which is at www.thejayway.blogspot.com.
Thejayway.blogspot.com. Great. Who's your favorite character on Young and the Restless?
Jill Abbott.
Jill Abbott, why?
Because she doesn't take any prisoners. She's just a tough lady, and she just has a good head on her shoulders. And I like the fact that no one ever can take her down.
And are you like that kind of?
I have moments. Yeah, I have moments where I don't take no for an answer, and I go after what I want, and I admire that about Jill.
All right. Are you ready to play?
Let's go.
Let's go. We're going to do it. Okay, guys, so you're going to tell me, is this real or is this world turns? Alex, we're going to start with you, okay?
Okay.
A judge convicts a man of a hit-and-run accident involving an orange rabbit suit pedicab driver. Did that really happen, or was that world turns?
I'm gonna say it really happened. It's true.
What do you think?
I agree. It was real.
You guys got it. They both got the
Right
point.
on.
That really happened. Okay, Jason. A local man survives a second cliff fall in his many years. 2 cliff falls in 2 years. World turns or real life?
I want to say that sounds like something from World Turns.
Yeah? What do you think?
I'm gonna say world turns too.
You guys got it. You got it.
Way to go.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Alex, if you heard that a man steals ferret by stealing it in his pants, what would you say? Was that real or world turns?
Ferret.
In the pants.
That's real.
That's real?
That's real.
I think that was real.
You guys are brilliant.
Rock
okay, you guys got it. That was a real headline, but they're going to get harder. Now, Jason, let's say you find out a conservative female commentator on a news show is revealed to be a man in drag. Did that really happen, or was that world turns?
That really happened.
That's world turns.
Ah, you got it. That was world turns. That was Henry.
Yep.
Okay. A fugitive's reconstructive surgery leads him to be unrecognizable to his family.
That's world turns.
I think the world's turning.
Okay, that was world turns. That was world turns. That was Adam.
Adam.
How about Jason? A mechanic disables parked cars to drum up repair business.
That sounds real.
Yeah, we're saying it's real.
That was real.
Yeah.
That was real.
It's hard times.
What have you heard, Alex, that a couple pretended to be twins to steal the family fortune?
Oh, that's as world turns.
That sounds very World Turns.
That was world turns. Good. Jason, a man is accused of threatening another man with a corkscrew in a public restroom. Now, did that happen, or is that world turns?
I'll say it was World Turns.
I think I remember it really happening. Real life.
That was real life.
Yes.
That was real life. Okay. A U.S. man traps a wife in a Spanish bull ring and then loses a duel with her lover. Real or world turns?
Can you read the question again?
U.S. man traps his wife in a Spanish bull ring and then loses a duel with her lover.
I'm gonna say it's real life, but it's a good storyline.
I want to say it's World Turns.
It's world turns.
Oh, no.
Okay, Jason. Man waiting for a bus is robbed of $17 and his chicken dinner. Did that happen on World Turns?
That's real.
Yeah, that's like right up the street, I think.
Okay, fair enough. Alex, a news director poisons another woman's sandwich, allowing her intern to take her job.
As world turns.
I agree with World Turns.
That was World Turns. Okay. Jason, a man learns his secret crush shares the same egg donor as the mother of him.
That's World Turns.
Yeah, that's world
What do
turns.
you think?
I wonder who that is.
That was you, and that was probably Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe someone else too.
And maybe someone
in
else.
The history
but
of
that
soaps,
was
yeah.
definitely Hunter. A man claims God told him to steal a car.
A man claims God told him to steal the car.
Steal a car. Real or world turns?
Is that Paul? Is that as the world turns?
I think that was real.
That was real.
Oh no.
That was a real headline. Okay, 3 young women are sent to a Swiss spa to be aged into old ladies.
I'm gonna say World Turns.
Real life.
That was world turns.
Oh man.
All right, Alex, one more. One more. A man is wakened early by a cleaning lady, allegedly gets into a broom fight with another woman.
Say it again.
A man awakened early by a cleaning lady allegedly gets into a broom fight with the woman.
As world turns.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Sure. A man is awakened early by cleaning lady allegedly gets into a broom fight with the woman. Wakes him up.
I think that was real.
That was real. Oh, man. Oh, I think you wrapped this one up, my friend. All right, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good game. Good game. Well, Jason, congratulations. You won your own Shoulдлess t-shirt. Congratulations. Thank you for playing. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. And we're going to be checking out your website again at
thejway.blogspot.com.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for playing it, Alex. Oh, I feel so bad. I feel so bad about this. We're just gonna give you a T-shirt anyway, your own shirtless T-shirt, because I wouldn't want you to go away empty-handed. You know, that would just be awful. So, Alex, I wanted to thank you so much for being here and for spending time with us this afternoon. Again, the live chat on your website is coming up.
It's on November 15th.
Okay.
And that's like 2 weeks away, actually. It should coincide with the new storyline that's going to be airing soon.
Great.
And yeah, just look to my website, evanalexcole.com, to check out all the technical details and things like that. But we're going to get it all set up, and I look forward to seeing all of you guys. It'll be fun.
Great. That was so much fun, Roger. Oh my God, that was great.
Yeah, thank you so much, Evan, Alex, Cole, for being here with us.
So awesome. And thank you, Jason, for participating with us today.
And thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time.
You get it.